Hello and welcome back to the next Castle Combe Karting Championship video. This is the penultimate round of the season, so just looking to see what I can do here. Unfortunately my GoPro wasn't working today, so I was actually able to borrow someone else's. So this is Sam Cox, so shout out to him. Go check his video out from the morning session as well, that's linked down below. Let's just get straight on with the racing then. So he's starting in third place and get a nice start. Driver in second, not looking at the lights unfortunately. So I'm able to just take the racing line into the first corner. Very pleased about that. So let's just get a head down, see what we can do. Got a nice little gap behind. Looking to follow this driver ahead. I know they're quite quick. And coming into the corner, you see the right rear wheel just bouncing in the air. That's not normal. And it obviously completely caught the driver ahead, and yeah, see it's just bouncing all over the place. I then look behind there going to the chicane and miss my turning point, so I drop back a bit unfortunately, so I'm not able to take advantage of the cart ahead just bouncing along. See, I close in massively on the driver in first now, but I've got someone right on my tail as well, so I have to go a bit defensive. Looking behind, I've now got a driver on my left. I take a middle of the road approach, but unfortunately the driver behind spins. I don't know if I made contact, I didn't feel anything, but it might have just been one of those things. There we go, coming to the checkered flag right now, and that is second place to start the day out. Very pleased with that. And yeah, let's see what we can do from there. And then heat number 2, first position. I need to see if I can maximise this. I've obviously got a few wins in the past, and there we go, green light, decent start. Haven't got to worry about defending too much, but do keep the inside line, stop it on the apex, and then power away. Absolutely textbook. I could not have asked for a better start, I don't think. Yeah, just coming up to the top corner now. Don't need to worry about defending. Just taking a nice, easy line through. Yeah, it was... Unfortunately, make a bit of a mistake there. But yeah, let's just get a head down and see what kind of lap times we can do. See, I'm just looking behind, just making sure I've got a bit of a gap. See, just at the bottom there, got a few kart lengths, so I can't afford to make any mistakes, but I don't need to defend either. And let's just see, as we come on near the end of the race, if I can actually hold on to that first place. You'll see now on this lap 5, this is actually my fastest lap I've ever done around the track. So obviously very pleased. I think I was a bit further back in terms of gap to the front than the previous round, but because the karts were slower at the previous round, I actually went quicker this time. So yeah, nice and smooth around them. Every single corner, exactly what we need, and that's another win. Yeah, very pleased with that, but that's what I kind of needed to do. Now, heat number 3, starting in second place, and I've been in this position before, because starting in third place on my inside is Neil Durrant, the number 1 at this afternoon session. So I need to either send this round the outside of first place, or I'm probably going to be overtaken. Green light, I get a half decent start, squeezed a bit into the wall, but nothing too major, and I just send it. Fortunately, the driver on my inside gives me a bit of space. I cut across him a bit, because I know I'm all the way or almost completely ahead, and that's straight into first place, and then diving down the inside. I don't know who that was. Yeah, I say whoa, give the marshal a bit of a wave there, and then I completely slide out, so lost my concentration for a bit when I should have just been head down and focused. But yeah, it means I've got a nice lead. However, I'm not the quickest in this race, and come lap 4, I've got a driver right on my tail now. I don't have to go defensive on this lap, but I do run wide, and it compromises my line actually quite a bit down the hill. So let's see, coming onto this final lap, I really want to win. I want to take as many victories as possible, obviously, and I don't get a good run through the first corner, unfortunately. But the driver's not there, still half a kart length behind, so I take a wide line in, and he dives up the inside anyway. Fortunately, I just about see him. and take a bit of a wide line through the hairpin. Means I get a much better drive out, and that's checked. Obviously, very pleased with that. It's 2 victories and a 2nd place. Almost perfect start to the day. Now, final heat. Coming into this, I got told if I finish 2nd, I'll probably qualify 2nd or 3rd. So that's my aim for this race. See the driver ahead, same one that I was racing against in Heat 1. So take a nice wide line in just to get the cutback, and I managed to get it. I get the cutback on 2 drivers, but then coming into the chicane, I'm flat out, and I just have no grip on the inside. Unfortunately, that hits the 2 on the outside. They see red flag because the driver that was right on the outside to hit the wall is at 45 degrees. Fortunately, he's okay.
You alright? Yeah, sorry, I was on the inside.
So yeah, so it was a full restart of the race, so I started in 5th place again. It was a bit unfortunate for me, but I'm not going to lift off when I'm on the inside there. Get an even better start than 4th place, but I decided once again I'm just going to go for the cutback. A bit of contact with the driver in 3rd, but that's nothing to award a penalty for, so straight up into 3rd place. And I know I can challenge for victory. Unfortunately, the top 2, they check up a lot at the hairpin, and it costs me a lot of time. And so I'm now a big margin back, so when he goes for the overtake on lap 2, I'm just not there to capitalise. So I had to back out, and now the leader's gone. But let's get that 2nd place. That's my aim for this race coming in. Yeah, let's just see what we can do. Driver ahead makes a bit of a mistake at the 1st corner, so I'm able to just carry a bit more speed through the chicane, and then coming up to the top corner, I'm already thinking about the overtake. Down the inside brake as late as I can. Unfortunately, it's a bit too late, so I was really worried about making contact. So the driver actually managed to get the cutback, which is a really good move, but it now means I'm still stuck behind him. I'm having to think about what's coming up from behind me. I think about going for a move up the inside, but then I decide instead to get the cutback, and that worked out perfectly. I think that's one of my best overtakes I've ever done at this track. And I was just, yeah, really pleased with that. Straight up into 2nd. And unfortunately the leader is well gone. But it means I can just cruise to 2nd place without having to worry about anything. Here we go, coming down to the checker flag now.
Come on! Yes! Come on!
Yeah, I was just so pleased with that because I knew it put me in a great position for qualifying. And there we go, that's 3rd place overall. Joint points with 2nd. I don't think I could have asked anything more. That's obviously my best qualifying ever. Also, puts me straight into the A final. So yeah, let's just see what we can do from there. Here we go, A final time, now starting in 3rd place. I've never started higher than 5th in any final, so hopefully I can avoid some of the carnage that happens in these 10-car finals. And in the final, my reaction time is really poor, and it means the driver in 4th gets a better start, but then they just cut across and slam me into the wall, and also hit the driver ahead as well. That's just not fair racing. It means the driver behind me has also overtaken, so I've now dropped 2 positions. And coming up to the top corner, I make a bit of contact, and I get hit up the rear as well. I'm just like, I don't want to overtake like that. Let the driver back through, but it means now I'm in a really bad position. I've lost some time. I've been hit up the rear a couple of times as well. And I'm just not able to close in on the top 4, unfortunately. And then I run wide, hit the wall as well. I did that in practice at one point, and that was a terrible corner. So I'm having to worry about defending now, so take middle of the road approach, try and just stop it on the apex to prevent anyone getting a cutback. That works out quite nicely. But yeah, I've now got a train of karts behind me, and top 4 are gone. So I can only really worry about setting some decent laps, see if I can pull a bit of a gap, not have to worry about defending. Coming through the 1st corner there, get a good run out, don't have to worry about defending, looking just behind me just to make sure. See, looking behind again on lap 5 and behind lap 6. Just worried every single lap that I might get overtaken, but I'm not worried about defending if I have a bit of a gap. Coming on to lap 7 now. And 2 laps to go, and I get my best ever finish. But I know I'm a bit under pressure, so I can't afford to make any mistakes. I'm a bit wide there, unfortunately, but it's not too bad. Get a decent drive around the corner past the pits. We're onto the final lap now. The drivers behind, they were battling a lot of the race, but coming into these last couple laps, one person had pulled clear, and so they only had to worry about attacking me. I don't get a good drive up the hill, so I have to go super defensive, and I just stop it on the apex. Normally you try and get the cut back there, and I just prevented that completely, but he still goes up the inside into there. Fortunately I see him and I take a wide line, and I managed to take it to the checkered flag. I was quite pleased with that. I was still thinking about what happened at the first corner, but it meant I got the 5th place finish. I was so ecstatic with that. That is my best finish ever, and yeah, I couldn't really ask for much more than that. But with that result, it puts me into 22nd place in the championship. I've jumped up 2 positions. Very pleased with that. My aim is still top 25, but top 20 is just there. It's only a couple points ahead, and everyone's going to be racing together in the season finale. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you out there.